the spiritual processes in the past. For example, like the similar kind of question came with one of the posts I shared regarding the consideration of the Linga Vairavi also. Similar to that context, that the spiritual process in the past were completely different from the spiritual processes that is now available to us through Sadhguru. Okay, so in the past, what has actually happened is, like at that time, like we didn't have the facility of the fridge, we didn't have the facility of this kind of comfort and everything. So at that time, what was the only requirement was, like either you become a monk or there is no spiritual process for you. Okay, that's how, like Gautama the Buddha was able to have, like the massive force of Sadhguru also mentions of, like the 40,000 monks. Okay, at that time, like everybody had the same irishal. Okay, so if you look from the behind, like you cannot know whether it is the Anna or Akka. Okay, you wouldn't know. Okay, everybody wearing the same robe and everything, and everywhere hairishal. But now, like when we are coming towards the 21st century, now like we are in a situation where everything is taken care of, but at the same time, like it's not possible for everybody to becoming monk or something like that. So because of that reason, like what is going to happen is, like we need to keep in mind that on a spiritual path and something like that, there is two demarcation is there. Like I'll just use it. Okay, there is a way of the brahmacharis, which can be like ascetics and everything, like all that kind of stuff, not only related to the Isha, but like general ascetics. And there are the grihastha yogis. Okay, there is a grihastha yogis and there is a brahmacharis. Okay, so basically, like what is going to happen is, like we should not be trying to enforce. We're not trying to enforce the the laws of the brahmachari in your family life. And if you become a brahmachari, like you should not be trying to enforce the family the grihastha kind of laws in the brahmacharya. Okay, that way, like it's not going to work. It's going to not a good thing to do. If there is a very competent guru, it will not come into the issue. But I'm just saying, because I've got this kind of question many times, that somebody says that, okay, like I want to I'm already married, but like I want to should I have certain kind of physical relationship with my partner or not? Or like some people who are saying that, okay, I want to retain my the semen retention. Okay, so this kind of things, like for kriya yoga, like is it possible or not? For example, like there are a lot of conjunction to that one, but I will break the myth and everything. So basically, just like Sadhguru says, that like the spiritual process has nothing to do with the physicality. Okay, the spiritual process has nothing to do with the physicality. The physicality has to be there as the foundation for the spiritual process to take care of. Okay, so for example, like if you become brahmachari, let's say, and if you are suffering all the time, then it's not good. Or like let's not use the word of the brahmacharya. Let's say take the word of you are bachelor. Okay, let's say you choose, okay, I'm not going to marry ever and everything, like you decided that, and you remain single. Now you are complaining all the time and everything. It's no good. And if you are married and then you are complaining, it's no good. So basically, the only thing that matters is whatever the situation you are in, don't try to drastically change the situation, because it is going to create a lot of havoc in your life. So basically, just like Sadhguru says, there are a reason. Okay, there are various reasons which is known as the Runanubandha and different kind of karmic forces in play, which is actually bringing people together. Okay. And as long as that karmic stuff is there and it's playing on, and it's not a binding thing, it's actually freeing you. Okay, the more you are in certain kind of relationship or certain kind of thing, it is actually freeing you itself, because the prarabdha is going to wear out by itself. Okay, so basically the only thing what you can do it is whatever the situation we are in, we just need to make full use of it, and use it as a foundation. For example, if you are in a family situation, it's a good thing. If both of you are doing sadhana or something, then while one person is doing the sadhana, another can take care of the family chores or something like that. So both of you can one can cook, and then another can do the sadhana, and then another can wash the dishes, and people can take turns and everything. Okay, it's a good thing. If you are living alone, you have to do everything from cleaning your house, taking care of the thing, you have to go shopping and all that kind of stuff and everything. So there are the benefits and everything will come into the play. So coming back, if you look into the Sapta rishis, that glorified the rishis and everything, if you see Agastya Muni, if you guys know, okay, Agastya Muni has got a wife. Okay, so his wife name was Lopamudra, and You have known like all the, even like a Rishi Vasishtha also has got a wife, like we have seen like the Ram temple getting consecrated recently. So the guru of the Rama also had a wife. Okay, Vishwamitra is the only one like who is an exception, but like he was a king already, so he had wives, of course. Okay, so he was a king before he became one of the major like Saptarishi and Brahma Rishi ultimately. But if you have not known about heard the name of the Kashyapa Rishi, okay, Kashyapa Rishi, like I think many of you have actually got the Gotram that actually comes with the Kashyapa or like his son's lineage or something like that. So the Kashyapa actually had got like not 1, 2, 3 or something. He had got like at least like 18 wives. Okay, he had actually got like 18 wives. So through which like all different kind of beings and everything got born and everything. We'll not go into that one. Like maybe someday, like we can discuss about Saptarishis and everything also. When this kind of things and need will require. But like I said, like we're not doing this video just because like we want to share the information. It should be useful for people. Otherwise, like what's the point? You guys is spending your time, and me like spending my time and energy. So basically, like just like Sadhguru says that like and at that time like why Saptarishis were actually got married and everything, because if you just become enlightened, it's for you, it's good for you, it's fine. But like what about the large number of people like who are still unaware? Okay, so because of that reason, like Lord Shiva and like many beings and everything, they decided that all these Saptarishis and like these beings has to get married, so that like if they want to have a disciple or something, like if you want to build a civilization that we know as a Bharat now, okay, or the Sanatana Dharma, whatever we see, if these rishis were not married, and then like the disciples who is coming into the ashram, like they wouldn't get the proper kind of the balance of the knowledge. Okay, because if you see like the wife of like the Rishi Vasishtha, Arundhati, okay, so like she is like a crazy celebrated like the sage and everything, and her like a powerful caves are found from in many places. Okay, I'll not go too much into that one. It will like just divert where we are. So basically like spiritual process is something that we do it within us. So basically like you do your sadhana whenever you have time, and whenever you have to attend to your family members or parents or like your husband or whatever, like you do it willingly. Okay, like if you do anything willingly, like that itself becomes a karma yoga. Okay, and bhakti yoga also. So if you put an element of offering, then like it becomes a karma yoga. Otherwise, like if you just do your sadhana, just like I said, now like you think that okay, like I'm going to live alone and then I'll do my sadhana or something, like it's a trap. It's a mind only, because the mind will always create a precondition. Okay, just make the best out of the situation you are in. Like it's a good thing that like you have a family, your children, everything. It gives you a lot of responsibilities and everything, and like it's a blessing. We're living in the lifetime of Sadhguru, so all the practices that has no such limitation that like you should not have any kind of like a physical relationship with your like the spouse and everything, so it's completely okay. You just keep your sadhana, and then like it will be fine. Okay, otherwise like Sadhguru would have said it. But like if you really want to push it, like that is completely different aspect altogether. But like Sadhguru has given this kind of different kind of possibilities to different people. Okay, so people who want to do complete kind of sadhana, they have been oriented differently. Somebody has to be oriented differently. But like as long as far as concerned, like there are a lot of married people. Otherwise like if you have visited ashram and everything, like any people like who are in certain kind of relationship or they are attracted to each other, the ashram always recommends them to get married at the Lingavarevi temple, and then like they are living in the ashram also. Okay, so it's a great thing. Like eventually like if you have a husband or a wife or something, you can plan to move into either like a III or IYC in Coimbatore, as well as like a Sadhguru Sannidhi Bengaluru also, like where these plants in place. So yeah, so like this is a great opportunity. Like we should not see like whatever is in front of us as a limitation. Is a possibility only.